up, everyone? We are here in the Jurassic room, and welcome to yet another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week, where all of you, the fans, get to pick what is showcased in each week's episode. And as you can see, once again, I got a lot of sweet suggestions for this week's video. So with that being said, I will be picking 10 of my favorites to showcase. So let's go ahead and check out this week's list. Okay, so to kick off this week's episode, we have a suggestion right here from Poland Bread for the Jurassic World Destructosaurus Tyrannosaurus Rex Ambush playset. And this is a pretty cool set that never got released here in the US, so it does make it a little bit more rare. But we got what looks like a repackage of the Extreme Chompin' T-Rex, but actually it has a little magnet under its snout and a little bit of red paint there that makes it different and distinguishable from the Legacy Collection version to this Destructosaur version. And then you also get this generator and this mercenary right here, which is honestly really cool. Now when you look at the back of the box, you get a better look at everything and the magnetic destruction. So the whole point of that magnet in the snout of the T-Rex is to activate the generator to explode, which is really cool, which hence is the Destructosaurs line, which is really cool. Again, all of the Destructosaurs line had this magnetic feature that could be used to destroy other things, which is cool and makes it unique. And this is a very fun set right here, and really this whole Destructosaurs line is pretty rare, so I'm happy to be able to showcase it for all of you. So now this next suggestion right here is from Leon Weller for the Jurassic World Dominion Massive Action Yangchunosaurus. I may have said that wrong, but it's kind of hard to pronounce some of these dinosaurs. But this is a really interesting species and one that we've never gotten again from Mattel, so it does make it a unique figure. But I really like this crest on top of its head. It almost reminds me of like a big Dilophosaurus or something without the frill. I'm not 100% sure, but it does look cool. And then of course, just the green body is looking pretty sweet. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get a better look at our figure and its total thrashing action and its chomping action. So let's go ahead and check that out. So you can get him thrashing by moving the tail around, and then you can press the button here to get him chomping. So you got a little bit of different features going, as all of you can see, so it makes a little bit extra playability for this figure. And while this was not really a rare figure or one that was hard to get in your collection, it is unique and makes it a fun little species to have. So now we have a suggestion right here from Valentino for the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Roarivores Allosaurus. And again, this is a really cool looking figure in my opinion. It is the first Allosaurus toy that we got from Mattel. And while the sculpt did change over the years with them releasing more of these figures, I do think this is one of the best ones. I just really like that head sculpt. I think it looks pretty menacing, and the colors are a bit muted, but it does make it look somewhat realistic. So I'm not really complaining about that, if I'm being honest. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Allosaurus and how you can press the button to get him chomping and for some sounds. Now I doubt the sounds are going to work because this is from 2018, but we will check out the chomping at least. Oh, never mind. Looks like we got a little bit of sound here. Almost. The batteries almost can get through the full sound effects. So close. But again, that's better than most of these batteries work for Mattel, so I'm not complaining. But again, this Allosaurus figure is really, really cool and one that I highly recommend for anyone to have in their collection. Now this suggestion we have right here came from General Burt for the Jurassic World Dino Rivals Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex, and this is the first big scale Indominus Rex figure that we got from Mattel, and the second, or actually third big scale Indominus Rex we got in general after Hasbro had done their 2015 toy line. And man, was this an impressive upgrade to what they had before. Not only is the sculpt way better, but the sound effects are really cool, and it just looks so much more realistic than what Hasbro gave us. So this was definitely a breath of fresh air for all of us collectors. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Indominus Rex. We actually get the collector card right here since it is Dino Rivals, and we get to see the slash, roar, and devour, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and check out those features. Oh, looks like the batteries are all, oh, listen to that. The batteries are already dead on this thing, but you can see how it would light up in the neck and the mouth would open up and roar, which is really cool. And then I think it can swallow some of the dinosaurs a little bit, as you can see the opening in the mouth, but it can't go all the way down to the stomach like some of the toys are able to do. But besides that fact, this is such a sweet figure and one I'm sure a lot of us love having in our collection. Now, this next suggestion right here came from Tammy Miller for the Jurassic World Chaos Theory Epic Evolution Wild Roar Majungasaurus Major. And again, this is one that I have showcased before, but it is a really gorgeous figure and a very different sculpt than the Majungasaurus sculpt that we got from the Primal Attack toy line. But I think it was a bit of an upgrade. It looks a little bit more realistic, and it does look a lot more like it did in Jurassic World Chaos Theory, which is obviously what they were going for here. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at Majungasaurus Major and its Rampage attack. So why don't we go ahead and check that out? So you can go back and forth with this little thing. You can even go up, down, up, down, up, down. Again, this is another really nice figure and definitely an upgrade from the original Majungasaurus that we got from Mattel. Now, the next suggestion we have right here is from Noah the Aviator for one of the rarest toys in my collection. This is the Jurassic Park Toys R Us exclusive 2009 Tyrannosaurus Rex, and this is just a gorgeous figure. Yes, it is mostly a repaint of the original Bull T-Rex or the Chaos Effect Omega T-Rex, but it did get a little bit of retooling to it, so it actually has a harder plastic body and legs and has a little bit of articulation on the feet, unlike the Bull T-Rexes that we got before that. And it's got a whole new paint job here and comes with a military general figure, as all of you can see. Now, when we look at the back of the box on this awesome thing, we get a better look at our T-Rex, but we also get a cutout of the Ford Explorer here from Jurassic Park. So you could literally open this toy up, take this cutout and put it together and have a Ford Explorer to go around with your 2009 Bull T-Rex. So not only is this figure super awesome and super rare, but it's also just got cool features even within the box, and this is definitely one of my favorite toys in my collection. Now, this suggestion right here came from Just That Guy for the Jurassic World Dino Escape Roar Attack Metriacanthosaurus, and this is a pretty cool little figure. There's nothing too crazy or special about it, but it's got a nice little paint job and an interesting sculpt, as all of you can see. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Metriacanthosaurus and its 3 levels of sound, which is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and check that out. 1, 2, 3. And then let's see if we do them all together. Very, very cool. And I like how the different levels open the mouth to a certain extent each time. Definitely a unique feature, and something else unique about this figure is that this Dino Escape one right here is the only Roar Attack figure that was in this actual Dino Escape packaging. The rest of them were in Camp Cretaceous packaging, so it does make this a bit of a unique figure in my opinion. Now we've got a suggestion right here from Olga Kravitz for the Jurassic World Stomp and Strike Tyrannosaurus Rex by Hasbro. And honestly, this is not the prettiest figure, which is not shocking to everyone since it is 2015 Hasbro, but I do think it is the best of the couple bigger T-Rexes that they made. At least it's got a little bit of a rubber neck, which gives it some real feel, and at least the head sculpt is somewhat decent. I mean, it's a lot better than the other T-Rex they did, if I'm being honest. And of course, there is the wretched screw holes that everyone complains about. And then when you look on the other side, you can see there's a bunch of screw holes, but at least they were smart enough to put it in the packaging where the screw holes face the back. Now, when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Stomp and Strike T-Rex and its chomping jaws and its stomp sound. Now, I highly doubt any of these sounds are still working, but of course you could get this thing going back and forth, which is why it has that rubber neck, and you could get it making some roaring noises and some stomping noises. And even though a lot of people would consider this Hasbro garbage and want nothing to do with it, it is still a part of the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World toy legacy, so I'm still happy to have it here in the collection with me. Now, this next suggestion we have is from Haha Beans for the Lost World Jurassic Park Carnotaurus, codename Bonebreaker, and this is again up there with the rarest Jurassic Park toys of all time, and it's such a unique figure. It actually does have a softer, more real feel skin, not quite as soft as some of the Kenner toys, but it is still soft, and of course, it's just got that awesome Carnotaurus look to it. I just love this figure. Maybe most of my love for it is the rarity, or it's the looks. It's hard to know, but I think a lot of it has to do with the rarity, of course. Now when we look at the back of the box, we get another good look at our Carnotaurus in an action shot with some other figures, and then advertisements for a lot of the other Lost World Jurassic Park toys. But again, this Carnotaurus, codename Bonebreaker, is one of the rarest Jurassic Park toys out there, and getting one of these brand new in the box these days is going to fetch you an insanely high price. I'd say at least $1,000. So I am very happy to have a very mint one like this safely here in my collection with me. And now the final suggestion we have today is from JC for the Amber Collection Pteranodon from Jurassic Park 3, and what a gorgeous figure. And I know me and a lot of people do miss the Amber Collection a lot. Even though it was replaced by the Hammond Collection, which is superior, I do still miss the Amber Collection. I miss these bigger scaled figures like this. I mean, look how sweet this Pteranodon looks, and look at the amount of detail they're able to put into these figures in this larger scale like this. So I think that is really, really cool. And honestly, the Pteranodon from Jurassic Park 3 is a fan favorite dinosaur for me. I absolutely love it. I think they're so menacing. Now when we look at the back of the box, we actually get a look at what the Pteranodon looked like in Jurassic Park 3, which is pretty sweet if I'm being honest. But again, I do miss the Amber Collection a lot. I wish we had gotten a couple more figures from it before they canceled the toy line, but at least we got this awesome Pteranodon and some other awesome figures from the line before it disappeared. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Dinosaurs of the Week. If you did not get featured in this week's episode and would like a chance to possibly be featured in next week's episode, then make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Want to see more awesome Jurassic content? Then hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you don't miss any of my content. Also, check me out on Instagram and join my Discord server for so much more Jurassic fun. The links to everything will be in the description below. Check out more awesome Jurassic videos here.